Thank you so much, Chris. Namaste, namaskara, and good morning to everybody. What a joy it is to be here today. And let me start by thanking Chris and the entire team out of Chennai that for so long has been serving everyone here in Karnataka and in Bengaluru. Thank you for your exceptional friendship and leadership. To you, to Carrie Arun, who heads up our Foreign Commercial Service Office, and everyone who really has shown we are not beginning a new presence here in Karnataka, but we are expanding our existing presence here, a commitment that America makes to this great state and city in this amazing nation as well. And thank you to all of our honorable dignitaries. Thank you for your great words, Deputy Chief Minister. You have a responsibility that I used to have when I was a politician, which is to tell it like it is, to say what we can do and what we can't do, to lay forward a vision of a global city, a great global city that I love to hear you describe, that at the same time has to work. And congratulations on your successes and the work that you and the Karnataka government are doing every single day. And it's also a great honor that my last public speech as United States Ambassador, that I get to share the stage with somebody who has been a friend, a mentor, somebody used the word Deputy Chief Minister tycoon. He is a tycoon of diplomacy. He is somebody who is a thinker. He is a facilitator. I think more world leaders know him as a friend. He'll be representing this nation at the swearing in of our next president. But I want to thank Dr. Jaishankar for the work he has done over decades, not only as somebody who has roots here in this city, but to push this day forward and to push a friendship that is a defining relationship in the world today between the United States and India. Please give him a round of applause and thank him for that. We've been talking about this for a long, long time, right? In Canada, there's a expression, "Parehun anade aitu," where you say you talk a lot, but nothing gets done. Well, today, Ivatu undu hosa aramba. We have a new beginning. We start together to make sure this beginning plants a seed that will flower for decades to come. You know, our relationship in India is not new. In fact, many Americans don't know, and very few Indians, that our second consulate in the world was here in India. First, after the independence of a new America in 1776, we opened a consulate in Lyon, France. And then the second was in Kolkata, showing back then the importance of India to a new American nation. Since then, we have built to 5 posts, 7 if you count our commercial offices, including here and in Ahmedabad. And this is now the second largest mission of America anywhere in the world. It produces the second most visas, the most students. We're breaking records every single year, record employees, record visas, record students, record military exercises, record engagement from the seabed to space. And as I boarded the plane from Delhi yesterday, Dr. V. Narayanan, who is the new secretary of the Department of Space, was on my flight. It was the same day yesterday where India achieved something very few nations have, a docking of satellites in space. And I congratulated him. We used to say the US-India relationship was so vast that the sky's the limit. But after yesterday, I think the sky is no longer the limit. It is to space and beyond. Congratulations to India on that big day. But today we fulfill a commitment made by our leaders during Prime Minister Modi's state visit to Washington last year. And it was actually in one of the preparatory meetings we had when the Secretary of State came here before G20, that we were at Hyderabad House in Delhi. And Minister Jaishankar took me aside and said, "Hey, we want you to open up more consulates here." And ever since, the Indian government has been pushing and pushing, and we've had a bureaucracy in America too. But President Biden put in the leader's statement with Prime Minister Modi that this would happen. And today, a promise made is a promise kept. And this tangible expansion of our partnership is based on so much that we already have here. In some ways, Bengaluru is the most American of Indian cities. And Karnatakans are the most, one of the most, if not the most, vibrant Indian communities in America. So this is not a new bridge, but it's a bridge that will be strengthened today. It'll be a bridge that will be widened today. And it is a bridge that will be more beautiful today. Because in commerce, and diplomacy, in culture, in finance, in technology and the future, we say that this is a place for two great nations to expand that friendship and to see the future of that engagement. We have two sister cities in America. I spoke with the mayor of Cleveland, Ohio this morning, who sends his congratulations, and the new mayor of San Francisco in my home state. And San Francisco is such a great match because, as people say, this is the Silicon Valley of India. I think increasingly people say Silicon Valley is the Bengaluru of America. But we see from semiconductors to space, our defense sector, and in health, people who have pushed forward the boundaries of what human beings can make and do together. This consulate's going to play a pivotal role in supporting those collaborations for our economies, for science, for technology, education, cultural engagement. And while visa services will not be offered at the beginning, we will eventually bring visa services here. So I know everybody's been waiting a long time. It is everybody's favorite topic with an ambassador. That is something actually on Monday I'm looking forward to, is my WhatsApp stream. I will refer them to my colleagues, but we know the insatiable desire for visas to the United States. We want to see more tourists. We want to see more students. We want to see more businessmen and women coming. But initially, this will not be offering visas, but we will be working on that to bring that as soon as possible, also something that we promise here today. We also know that this is a critical first step, not a last one. And dedication ceremonies like this are a way to celebrate our future. We've been here for 30 years, as Consul General Hodges mentioned. We have had a commercial service office here, which has helped more than 700 companies from America come here. That is a staggering statistic. A generation ago, people never would have imagined the US-India relationship would be where it is today. A generation from now, what was unthinkable will be indispensable. Indispensable for peace, indispensable for prosperity, indispensable for our planet, and indispensable for our people. And today I also want you to look over to your right, our left, because Lisa Brown, who will be our senior official on the ground here, who's our chief of staff of the entire mission in India, has been given that responsibility to be the first. To help build this, I ask you to introduce yourselves to her, give your cards, build the relationships, help her bring more resources, connections, deals, breakthroughs, and more here. She's somebody who has worked as a chief of staff for our deputy secretary of state, somebody who's worked at our National Security Council, and she's an exceptional public servant, a great friend, and I know she is going to be one of the most popular people here as our senior official in Bengaluru. Congratulations, Lisa. So in closing, because there's so much to talk about of other things other times, I want to say, you know, when I first got here to India, if you'll allow me to indulge because my last public speech, I had first come to this country when I was 14 years old. My parents brought my sister and I here on a trip. And immediately India captured my heart. When I went to university, I had to study a foreign language, so I chose Hindi and Urdu. People said, well, why are you studying an Indian language? And then my college roommate randomly assigned to me. His father became the United States ambassador to India when I was 19 years old, and I returned, spending 2 nights in the residence of the United States ambassador in Delhi. I never would have dreamed that my life would bring me to that same place, that I would be in this position to be able to help, along with Dr. Jaishankar, our leaders and our people, to put forward what is really a light and an example to our world of when two great democracies, two diverse populations, based on the values that hold us together, have a vision to make this a better world. I've had chai with soldiers in the heights of Ladakh at 17,000 feet. I bathed in the warm waters of Kanyakumari alongside Indian friends as the sun rises over the statue of Vivekananda. I've talked with students, girls on the edge of the desert in Rajasthan who are the first in their family to ever go to school, who dream of being a biotech tycoon when they grow up. And I've been in the jungles of Nagaland, where entrepreneurs are bringing their incredible artisanship to global economies and stores around the world. I've seen the hopes and dreams of Indians never as strong in the many decades I've come here as right now. So I want to say thank you to India, because I'll tell you, so much has changed. A country that you're building anew, a Bengaluru that is an international capital, a Karnataka that is a place of innovation, and an India that always looks at tomorrow differently than today. But one thing that has never changed is the soul of this place, its warmth, its welcome, and the way that it's captured my heart. And I can think of no better last act as your ambassador from the United States than to make sure this consulate site is open. Thank you very much, Dhanyavad, and here's to a great future.